Hello, everyone, and welcome to the
Hey,
first episode of.
I gotta mute my video because sometimes
Let
it.
me know.
There we go. I got muted.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of the DC Hub podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William Morgan. I have my co-hosts on the line with me right now, Isabella and Andrew. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How's you doing?
Doing good.
Great.
Doing good. Good. All right. First thing I wanted to do tonight was let you guys have a working knowledge of the shows we're all watching and why. It can be throughout the Arrowverse. It could be other shows on other networks that we'll get into a little bit later. I'm gonna start with you, Isabella. What shows are you watching right now, and why?
The shows I am currently watching right now is Flash because I see it all over my Instagram, and I thought, why not? Let's watch it. Arrow is because I was just scrolling through Netflix and came across Arrow and thought it would be a good show.
Okay, cool. That's about it for right now. That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Andrew? What you watching right now, and why?
Well, of course, my YouTube name is Legendstorm TV, so I got to watch Legends of Tomorrow. Because associated with them because I'm an outcast. I'm a misfit because I got autism and other problems with me. So I gotta associate with my misfits. And then I watch Arrow. It's kind of casual right now. I've kind of fell out of it because of it just didn't go too well for me. But I still like Arrow. I watched
Okay.
Flash. I got into Flash because I first started watching DCTV, and the first show I watched was Flash, and then I also watched Supergirl, and
Okay.
I that was one of my first shows because my parents. And then I also watched Gotham.
Okay.
And that's because I did prequel to Batman,
Okay.
and that's about it.
Okay. The shows that I'm currently watching are pretty much all the shows in the Arrowverse. Flash, Supergirl, Legends, Arrow, and then outside of the Arrowverse, I'm watching Black Lightning. Black Lightning is my favorite. It's because it deals with the social view of things. I do like how they put emphasis on that. And then, of course, my other show that I love to watch, other favorite is Supergirl. Those are the two shows I started being a moderator and moved into an admin into. Supergirl kind of makes me upset though because it's becoming, I don't know, maybe because it was Monel. I'm not a big fan of Monel, never have been.
As one of my friends on the Supergirl podcast says, you would probably be Mon negative.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. With him in the show, I feel it takes away from the storyline. I feel it's been instead of being more action, it's more of a soap opera type of thing, and
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. The show should not be geared to her finding a romantic interest. It should be geared to her learning how to be Supergirl, um, learning how to become a superhero. If that comes later, then so be it. But hey, let's take one thing before the other, cart before the horse. So that's my only concern with Supergirl.
Well, that's my problem with Arrow, because it seemed like back in season 4, it started turning into like a little more drama than I would like, because of the stuff with Laurel
Mm-hmm.
and Felicity and all that. It just started turning into like a very dramatic show. I'm hoping that this season it'll hopefully go back to like a little bit of drama, but
Right.
like more superhero.
Right. Pick the action back up. I feel you on that, and I
Yeah.
agree. I don't have a problem with Legends per se. The Flash, I had an issue with Flash. Come on, his wife is team leader. Really,
I mean,
really. Come on, man. Do better than that.
I mean, it's literally called the Flash, and they call themselves Team Flash. They don't call themselves Team Iris.
Right. I still think it's ridiculous that she gets to be, you get to play team leader and I get to tell everybody what to do. No, you started the whole show as a journalist, and from what I'm understanding, eh, if I'm hopefully I don't ruin anything for anybody. From what I'm understanding, she's gonna be less in the team role this coming season and go back to being more of a reporter. From what I understand, so I hope that's the case. I hope that is the case.
Like they said that's where they're going because if you remember last season she started becoming kind of like a journalist again with her blog. We finally
Yep.
saw the blog again.
Yep.
And she used that to help find the thinker, and that could be a way that then we could see her old job back and set things right again with the newspaper. Because as you may know, there's a little thing called Crisis of Infinite Earths, which we may be talking about. We may be talking about that later on because we did get some casting news relating to that.
I remember that was one of the best comic book series I have ever read. When I really, really got into comics, it was one of the first series I ever read. When Supergirl died, I cried. No.
What's up, Jay? Philly Superman in the comments.
Can't kill Supergirl. Can't do it. All right, let's go over premiere dates for the Arrowverse real quick. Arrow will be making its premiere October 15th. Flash making its premiere October 9th. Supergirl making its premiere October 14th. And Legends of Tomorrow is making their premiere October 22nd. Like I say, what are your expectations on the shows, guys? Isabella, you want to go first?
Sure. I guess I'll start with Flash since we were just talking about Flash. I just hope Flash doesn't turn into season 4 again.
Oh.
Season 4 just seemed as it was dragged and 4 episodes. There wasn't it just wasn't entertaining as season 3 was.
Right. You're right.
In Zoom. Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I know a lot of people think. I think a lot of people think season 4 was a flop, and I'm one of those people. Any of the shows you want to comment on?
No.
Okay. What about you, Andrew? What are you expecting from the shows this year or this season? Rather?
For Arrow, I'm kind of expecting to the comics because we got characters called Longbow Hunters who are going to be coming in. We got a little tease of them in the finale, and I'm just really interested in that. And then we got then for Legends, I'm very interested in seeing how they're going to fit John Cena into it because I'm a huge fan of stuff like Justice League Dark and Hellblazer and the Constantine TV show. And I'm intrigued to see how they're going to fit him in with these people called fugitives. Flash, I saw something in the trailer. I'm ready to see how they're going to fit Nora into the season because apparently it looks like she is a tachyon device. And she's able to time travel now. Apparently her father died, which if you've seen Crisis of Infinite Earth, you would know that he did die.
Got some issues going
that's on a little spoiler if you haven't read a 40 something year old comic. What's going on? Let me see.
Well, we got some tech issues on your end. You're kind of going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one.
You're kind of going in and out just a little bit, Andrew. I'll give you a chance to fix that. and then you can tell us the rest of your expectations. Um, you got it?
Okay. How about now?
Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, what are the rest of your
Okay.
expectations? What are the rest of your expectations for the shows this season?
Supergirl, I'm expecting more journalism because that's where we have seen Kara in the past few seasons, and it needs to follow kind of like a Superman type of thing where we have
Right.
her with her cousin being a journalist. And that's about it. I don't have many for Gotham except Bruce finally becoming Batman.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. There
about
you
it.
go. There you go. You said that. You hit the nail on the coffin right there. Um, my expectations from the shows, Supergirl. I want to see a more definitive role for Jimmy Olsen. If you have nothing for him, get him out of there. If you have nothing for him, um, I thought him and Carl was going to be a couple for a minute, but they nixed that. Then he grabbed the Guardian role and like, really, Guardian, really. And went ahead and put him in that. Now he's supposed to be Lana Luthor's love interest or whatnot. If you don't have a definite role for him, or because you hardly saw him last season, hardly saw him
Mm-hmm.
last season. Um, so if you don't have a definite role from him, that's more screen time you can give to Kara. If you don't want to give it to the Danvers sisters, there's more time you can give to John Jones, who set out on his own after last season. I'm looking very forward to
Yeah.
this. I'm looking very forward to Supergirl. Flash, I just want to see less of Iris West. And that's kind of bad coming from me, but I just want to see less of her, more Barry, more of the actual Team Flash.
Yeah.
Man, to me, man, Iris is like, and I don't want to disrespect. I don't want to be too harsh, but to me, man, just go back to the paper, run the paper. She used to work for a newspaper. I think what season 1, season 2, she worked for a newspaper.
Yeah,
Go,
season 1 and 2, it was a big part of her character in those seasons.
yeah, go back to that. Go back to that. In Legends, I want to see more Kid Flash in Legends. I don't know if we'll get that, but I want to see more Kid Flash in Legends. I'm with you, Andrew. I want to see more Constantine. Big huge fan of Constantine. I thought he got done so wrong when he canceled his show. So freaking wrong. I want to see more of him. And Justice League Dark was awesome. That was just one of the awesome animated movies. Another awesome animated movie by DC, by the way. And I'm with you with Arrow as well. I want to see more action and less focus on Oliver and Felicity as a couple. More action, less romance. These are supposed to be superhero shows. These are action shows. Let's see
Yeah.
that. All right, now we got expectations of the shows out of the way. I want to ask you guys about Batwoman. I know you have some things you want to talk about with that crossover. Andrew, you want to go ahead and go into that?
Yeah, we got a lot of casting news.
Okay, Andrew, you're breaking.
We got Batwoman.
Andrew, you're going in and out again.
Okay. Okay. Going out.
Yeah, it's kind of going in and out again.
Okay.
See if we can go ahead and fix that. While Andrew's working on that, Isabella, what do you think about Batwoman? Good, bad, or indifferent?
Batwoman, I feel as like she like okay. So I feel to me, I feel like she's a great add to the Arrowverse. Something different for once. I love the aspects of the Batman and woman from the comics and stuff. I really have nothing to say, but yeah.
My thing with that character is the fact if you're gonna bring a lesbian, gay, bisexual character involved, don't do it just because they fall within that role. My thing is, if you're going to portray them, make sure you have a good storyline behind them. If you have a good storyline behind them that you can sell them, I think that'll do a lot better than just putting somebody there because of their sexuality. I think that's just stupid. And again, if Batwoman is portrayed right, I'm hoping at some point, and I doubt if it happens in the Arrowverse, but I know we'll probably get it in Gotham at some point. We get Batman, and we'll go from there. But I think if they portray Batwoman properly, which I think they will, she'll catch on, and we'll see her again. You back with us, Andrew?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
We got some casting news. Ruby Rose is going to be playing Batwoman.
Yes.
We know that Clark Kent and Lois Lane are going to be in the crossover. And we also know that for any of you fans of Crisis on Infinite Earths, we're going to see some monitors in this show.
There you go.
And we're also going to be seeing a guy named John Deegan, who's going to be apparently bringing all these heroes to Gotham City, and the career is called Elseworlds. So if you've ever read the comics, Elseworlds is basically a different Earth version of it. So basically, it's almost like the kind of Infinite Earth thing. So it'll fit into it,
right?
Like it's a story on a different Earth, kind of like Batman Gotham by Gaslight,
right?
Yeah, that's about it. And so what I feel is going to happen, because we're going to see our heroes probably on a different Earth. We're going to see our characters on a different Earth. We're going to have doppelgangers, and we're going to see their doppelgangers on a different Earth. Like I remember seeing some stuff from the Green Arrow. Ramel, he got fitted for a new costume.
I remember you talking about that on the Facebook page.
And yeah, fans are speculating that may be Batman's introduction to the Arrowverse, because everybody's calling Stephen Amell the Walmart Batman.
Yeah.
He would be perfect because the character similarities between the two are sort of kind of there. In Arrow, I want to see more of Willa Holland.
He's very brooding. He's very dark.
Yep. In Arrow, I do want to see more of Willa Holland.
Oh yeah.
I want to see more Speedy.
Although I don't think them should come back, because she's been wanting out since like season 3 or 4. She was one of the people who wanted out, other than Colin Haynes. He was one of she was like the main one that wanted out, and they wouldn't let her out of her contract until season 6. So it's like, I feel like she may not come back. Otherwise, like a cameo or something like that. She just wants to move on to a different project.
Right. I guess you don't want to, as an actor or actress, I guess you don't want to get pigeonholed into that one role. So I still kind of get that.
Yeah.
But I am a big Willa Holland fan. All right, let's go over some of these other network shows that we got coming in 2019. Gotham season 5 will be in its final season, and it will arrive on Fox in 2019. Did anybody here watch Krypton?
No.
I haven't watched it yet. I saw like clips and maybe an episode or two here and there.
Okay. I never got into it myself. They also have another show coming out in 2019. It's called Pennyworth.
Yeah.
It's a prequel series on Epix that will follow Bruce Wayne's butler Alfred, but it won't tie into Gotham at all, which I think is sort of kind of weird. And it would be and there's no release date for it as yet. And then HBO, they have a new show called Watchmen coming out, a pilot episode from that'll be hitting in 2019 as well. So those are some upcoming shows you can be on the watch out for. Like I said, I'm gonna have to check out Krypton. I have not seen Krypton yet. I don't know how well Pennyworth would do. I mean, don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Alfred, but I don't know how well that show would do.
It would probably make more of a dramatic show because I see him being very, very actiony. I mean, we've seen him do some action, but like it depends on who they cast for him.
Right.
It depends on like if he looks like he can do some fight scenes. Even if he doesn't do it himself, I would like him to look like he could do it.
My thing is this going to be young Alfred or old Alfred?
Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be crazy. I mean, old Alfred in the comics was actually pretty badass, if you ask me.
He was. All right, guys, let's go over the DC Universe real quick, go over some of those shows. And I want to get your thoughts and opinion on these as well. We got Titans coming out on DC Universe, premiering October the 12th. There's no time, the debut time as well on that day, but that's the reported date for the premiere. Isabella, let me go to you. Are you looking forward to watching this new Titan show?
Honestly, I don't know, because I've seen the animated version of it. It just doesn't look like it would attract me, but I saw some of the actors in it. They look like they have some potential of bringing this to life, but some of them don't look like teenagers. That's like the point of the show.
They look more grown up.
Yeah, and I thought
that's
Titans.
Well, that's the whole point in them calling it Titans instead of the Teen Titans, because they casted older versions of these characters.
Now, Isabella, let me ask you this. You said you watched the animated version before. Which one did you see? Did you see the original or did you see Teen Titans Go?
I've seen both.
Okay. You didn't like either one of those? I like the original. I didn't really say because I got, for those of you who don't know, I have 2 9-year-old kids. They're twins, and they love Teen Titans Go, and I get stuck watching that. And other than a few parts of it here and there, I don't care for Teen Titans Go either. But I love the original. Andrew, what are your thoughts on Titans?
Really looking forward to it because I love Teen Titans, and from the way that it's going, from what I've seen, it's going darker and grittier, kind of the way that DC does best.
Yep.
But I may like it because there are some actors that I actually know, like Ryan Potter. I've been watching him since I was like a preteen. I watched him on a Nickelodeon show called Super Ninjas.
Mm-hmm. You still are kind of going. You still are kind of going in and out again, Andrew. Just a little bit. You okay?
I just had to mute myself.
Okay. Right.
So other than that, I like the way that they're doing Raven. That feels like they're actually going with the source material on that.
Yes.
Like she's the only one
yes.
that kind of looks like a teenager.
Right.
Because
right.
she looks like she's about 13, 14 years old, like from the comics.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dick Grayson, he'd be Nightwing at this point. And then Alan Ritson, I don't think Hawk and Dove would pass as teenagers because I actually know that the guy who plays Hawk was actually on Smallville back in the day.
You showed that on the Facebook group as well.
He played Aquaman back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you showed that on the Facebook group as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Starfire, I want to see more from her before I start judging her, because I'm not
Right.
gonna be like all these haters out there.
Right. That's good to hear.
But like from what I've seen, her purple dress, it's not that bad. So that whenever you add that fur coat, it doesn't make it seem all that good.
Right.
Dress could actually pass as her comic accurate costume for right now.
It could. It really could. It was just a bad choice on the fur coat. And hopefully they don't do her like they did Wonder Woman when she had her live action show. You know, her live action show got back in the day got canceled because the whole outfit sucked. So hopefully that won't be the case with Starfire. Oh my goodness. Doom Patrol is set to which is a Titan spinoff is set to premiere in 2019. Isabella, you looking forward to Doom Patrol?
Not really.
Yeah, I'm sort of kind of there too. I'm there with you. What do you think, Andrew? What do you think about Doom Patrol now?
I'm looking forward to it. Just to see what it's like, because I read some of the comics, and also I'm really looking forward to it because it has some actors that I know, like I know Brendan Fraser, and well, he will do as Robot Man. But from what I've seen from New York Comic Con, he has actually been reading the source, which is what I suggest for every single comic book person who's going to be playing a comic book character. You need to read this and nail that character.
Okay. Robot Man, which is Robot Man, which is your prequel to Cyborg. He was Cyborg before Cyborg. Swamp Thing is also going to premiere in 2019.
Well, actually, I actually saw somewhere else that they're actually going to be. I have actually casted their Cyborg. They're actually the Cyborg on Doom Patrol, and one of the people in our group, I think Kenneth Michael Hawley is his name. He actually went out and auditioned for the role of Cyborg.
Oh wow! Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So we were actually getting Cyborg in and maybe Doom Patrol, so we could see in the full Titans lineup in future seasons.
Okay. Now we got Swamp Thing up next. I'm sort of kind of interested in seeing Swamp Thing. The reason why I'm sort of kind of interested in seeing Swamp Thing is because of Justice League Dark. That's what kind of has me kind of interested in Swamp Thing. Isabella, you interested in seeing Swamp Thing at all? Andrew, you interested in seeing Swamp Thing?
I'm looking forward to it because I want to see what they do with it. The only Swamp Thing I've ever seen done is the animated version with Mark Hamill voicing him.
I remember that one too.
And like, I want to see how they nailed this character.
Right.
And also in future seasons, if it gets renewed, I want to see possibly we see more Justice League Dark connection to it. Even though they could bring back Constantine, in like something like that.
Satana.
And
bring Satana in there too.
Yeah, and with and like they could just make Justice League Dark out of Swamp Thing seasons.
You could. That's a good synopsis. Next one we got up is Stargirl. Now, Isabella, I know you want to see Stargirl.
Honestly, they could have done better with that, especially the actor they picked, Brassiner. I don't know how you say her name. Stuff she's been in, it's been such childish stuff. You know, like Disney and Nick. And honestly, she's probably a very problematic person also.
Oh man. Don't Shea and Stargirl. Oh man. Uh, uh, Andrew, what do you go? I thought that would have been the one that you wanted to see, Isabel. I thought that would have been the one. Oh man. Oh, doggone. Stargirl can't
I'm
get
looking
no
forward to
love.
Stargirl. I'm looking forward to Stargirl because I've actually read the enforcement here, and I'm looking. She looks she could do the part. Passenger looks like she could do the part. She looks like a teenager. She actually is a teenager. She is 19 years old. She can do the part very well from what I've seen of her. All they have to do is just put her in some braces and keep her very comic accurate,
Mm,
and I will definitely watch it if they keep it comic accurate, which they probably will, because
right.
we got Jeff Johns as executive producer on this show.
We
And if
do.
you don't know, Jeff Johns was the person who created this character after his sister. So I feel like training from Jeff Johns. This show could be amazing. It just depends on if they can do the source material right.
Right. And that's gonna be the real thing for all these shows. A, where your source material is coming from, and B, how word that director deciphers it. Whether he's gonna stick to it or he's gonna branch out, so to speak. I hope they really stick to the storylines for these shows. Next show up on the docket is Metropolis. It's a Superman prequel that will pair up Lex Luthor and Lois Lane as an investigative duo, and it will premiere in 2019. Metropolis, to me, without Superman, is like Batman without Gotham. I just don't want to see it.
Mm.
I just don't want to see it. I don't think Lex Luthor is a strong enough character for me to dedicate time out my schedule to invest into another DC show. I don't think Lois Lane is interesting enough without Superman for me to take my time and go into another show. Do you guys pretty much agree on that, or would this be a show where you guys would like to see?
Yeah,
I'm not caring for it at all.
I'm not caring for it either. I mean, like I've heard it's been in production for like a year or so.
Yep, it's been
So
delayed.
I don't know how well it would do. Yeah, but it and the way that it's going, they haven't even that's their main characters. The only one that I was interested in is somehow aliens or
Mm,
something like that.
mm. And last
Because
but not
that would make it more interesting. Like on maybe, yeah, you can go ahead.
and sorry about that.
I'm done.
Last but not least, Project 13 is a show based on a mystical character. Tracy 13 is currently in development at CW with executive producer Elizabeth Banks. She's a supporting character of the Teen Titans. Her power is called Urban Magic. It enables her to tap into the magic of a city to perform a wide array of magical arts. I'm a big anime fan, and this screams magical schoolgirl to me. I don't. You guys agree? This just screams magical schoolgirl. This just screams to me a DC Comics version of Sailor Moon.
Yeah. It's just this is a character that was actually in the comics, and I've never read her comics. I started getting into comics like I've never even heard of her. I've I haven't even heard they're gonna make it this show.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll be interested in it.
yeah, I don't think I would be either. Like I say, it's got magic schoolgirl written all over it. Now, my 9-year-old daughter might like it, but yeah, I don't think we'll like it, but my 9-year-old kid might like it. All right, all right. Let's move on. What other crossovers do you guys want to see on your favorite DC shows? Isabella, I'm gonna go to you.
I haven't really thought about this. DC shows,
Anything you want to see, like on Arrow? Anything you want to see, or?
oh, you know what I'd like to see? I'd actually like to see more Arrow and Supergirl, because when you only see them together, you've seen them together. It's with all 4 shows combined.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They only really actually communicated with each other was Crisis on Earth X.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to see a more relationship between them two.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but in this newer crossover, they're taking out Legends, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have taken out Legends because the producers have actually said that Legends is more of a comedy now. With now they added Bebo and all these things, more of a comedy. But from what I've seen, we could be having like a musical episode of Legends, which would be kind of fun. That would make up for them not being in the crossover for me, because I really wanted to see the Legends in a musical episode.
Man, I don't know. At least Supergirl and Flash, you saw them on Glee.
Yeah.
And you know they can sing.
Yeah.
And you know they can do their thing. You know Joe can do his thing from Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. I would watch it though.
Yeah.
Definitely would watch it. My thing is, and I think it might have been you, Andrew, or somebody else. On Black Lightning, I want to see Static Shock.
Yeah,
I know.
I actually heard some talk with the guy who actually created the show. He does not want Static Shock Lightning because he just feels like that character should be a whole different thing from his character Black Lightning. And I'm like, dude, you know that Shock was trained by Black Lightning. I mean, all you have to do is just put him in an episode and then somehow have him like get powers and then give him his own show like they did with Flash.
Yep.
You don't have to have him exclusively on the show.
Right. And from what I understand, the reason why Black Lightning is not part of the Arrowverse is because of where Black Lightning is shot. They're saying, from what I understand, Black Lightning is shot in Atlanta. Everybody else is shot in Vancouver. So that's kind of cool though, because Andrew, me and you are like right here, and we can pretty much just hop, skip, and jump and go see them. You know, we just go hop, skip, and jump right over there.
A lot of their actors are Atlanta based. I know China and McClain is. I know that a lot of the extras that they cast are all in the Atlanta area.
Okay. And see.
So that's actually pretty dang cool.
Yeah. So definitely, I hope to see Black Lightning in the Arrowverse at some point. I don't know if that will ever happen, but I would love to see him in Arrow. I would love to see him on Flash. I think him and Bear would be kind of a mixed bag. I'd love to see him on Arrow too, because I think him and Oliver will get into it because they have different ideals. Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce has more of a nature side, and whereas Arrow has dark, do whatever it is to get the mission done. So I think it'd be kind of interesting there. All right.
I would like to see Black Lightning in the Arrowverse. If I'm wrong, but Supergirl did have a crossover with Flash. They had like a mini crossover with Flash back
on CBS. Yep, CBS.
Yeah, and they were filming in LA. I mean, they could do it because they're the same company. Just depends on like when they would film it, because they probably have to film it like whenever those shows have their time off.
I think
or they would have to move production for a crossover down to Atlanta and do like 2 episodes and like make a set. I mean, it could be done.
I think it was.
But it depends on how well it could be.
I think it was episode. Correct me for 17 or 18 of season 1 of Supergirl, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
They did somewhere in there. They did the CBS crossover. I thought CBS did a good job, but eventually they had to let it go because I think they were going over serious budget.
Yeah.
I was hearing that just the flying scenes was costing $2 million. That's one reason why CBS had to let it go. So
yeah.
Man. All right.
Well, from Black Lightning, could be them being introduced to Arrowverse, because back in season 1 of references to superheroes in the Arrowverse, they had Vix. They talk about Vixen and Supergirl, and I'm like, are they telling me that that they're in the Arrowverse, but like somehow on a different Earth that we don't know about yet? I mean, they're all being produced by the same guy, Greg Berlanti.
Right.
It just depends.
I would love to see him be part of the Eververse. We shall see if that happens. Is anyone reading? Is anyone reading using the comic books part of DC Universe? Anybody reading any comics on DC Universe app?
I want to.
Yeah. I've read the original comics. I've read a lot of the Arrow comics.
You did it on the DC Universe app?
Yeah. And I read some of the Flash comics.
Okay.
I've read a few issues of Stargirl and a few issues of Teen Titans.
Okay.
And that's about it. I also read I did Tyson.
All right. Isabella, how about you? What have you been reading on the app?
I read a lot.
Really got to go really read anything, but I have had my eye on the Green Arrow Rebirth comics.
Okay. I've been reading Batman and the Outsiders, and I always thought Batman and the Outsiders was a very underrated series, a very underrated book. You saw Halo for the first time there. You saw Geoforce for the first time there. I thought it was a very underrated book, and I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. I think that sets the comic book side of the app, sets it apart. It really makes it worth it, because all the shows you see on there, you can find those shows individually. It may cost you a little bit, but you can find those shows individually. The episodes of Static Shock, all the Batman movies on there. I understand they're doing a re-air of Batman Mask of the Phantasm. That's on the app. Very good movie too. Very good movie. But you can find most of that stuff, if not all of it. But I think the comic book part, I think the community part, and I think the encyclopedia part of DC Universe really sets it apart from anybody else. If you have a question, if you source material that you need to work through, that DC Universe can be there for you. It'll be there for everybody. It will be there for everybody. What are some of your, and you guys are younger than me, some of your favorite animated series? What have you been watching any of those on the DC Universe app? Go ahead, Isabella.
Okay, I yet again with the comics, I still haven't got to go hands on because of busy days.
I understand that.
I have seen, it's another Green Arrow series because it's DC's Nation Shorts Green.
Yeah, some of those are funny. Oh my goodness, the Teen Titan Gold ones are funny. The Black Lightning ones are funny. I like the one with the Justice League as farm animals. Hilarious, man. Some of those are really, really funny. I think Wonder Woman came out with one of those too. I think Wonder Woman came out with one. As you said, Green Arrow came out with one.
Vibe has one. Vibe from the
Yes.
Flash actually has one.
All
And so
right.
does Black Lightning and Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. One of my favorite animated series is Static Shock. And it took me a review to go see it, but not only was the show pretty much action packed, but you also got a lot of life lessons from it. And I didn't
Yeah.
really notice that during its first run. But when you go back and look at it a second time, you see you get a lot of life lessons there. And I thought Static Shock was very, very good. He got an upgrade. I think season 3, season 4, they redid his uniform, they redid his entrance. Very, very good. I thought Static Shock was very, very good. And to be now, those purists in Static might have an issue with that because if you go back and read the original Millhouse comic, he wasn't that nice. He wasn't that nice. That dude was drinking, cursing up a storm. He wasn't that nice in the original Millhouse comic. But once DC got a hold of him, they went ahead and they turned him kid friendly. So I love Static. I love Static Shock. Brave and the Bold. I know I love Brave and the Bold too. Brave and the Bold caught some hell. People got mad at Brave and the Bold because Brave and the Bold wasn't as dark as people wanted it to be.
I mean, it's on Cartoon Network. I mean,
Yeah.
they couldn't make it as dark as people wanted it. I can understand Teen Titan being as dark as it was, but it had a reason to be dark.
Right. Right.
Because it's dark in the comics, and with all the characters that they have that they've had in it, they kind of needed it to be dark.
Right. The only animated show I miss, and that hasn't been on a DC Universe app yet. I have yet to see Justice League action on a DC app. Once Justice League action gets to the DC app, then I have everything. they will have they will have everything. Justice League action is very, very good. My kids got me to Justice League action, and I love it. All right, unless you guys have something, this is going to be our final
I
topic.
have something. I've been watching some of the original Batman the animated series, some of the Justice League animated series. I love Justice League animated series. I want them to get star-crossed on there because they're my favorite episode. Two of my favorite episodes of Justice League, the animated series, and not animated. I've been watching a lot of movies. I watched a lot of their animated movies that are like newer, like Gotham by Gaslight, Son of Batman, stuff like that. And then I've also got to watch some shows that I used to watch on a channel Dub. Lois and Clark. That was like my show back in the day. That was what got me interested in DC Comics because I saw this guy who was very good, and that was one of my first introductions to Superman.
Okay. Lois and Clark was very, very good.
Yeah.
It was very good. I love Lois and Clark.
They didn't have well representation because it was very well in all Caucasian cast, but
and in case people forget, they had a lot. In case people forget, they had a lot of celebrities in that series. You wouldn't have known it unless you really paid attention. I don't know how many people remember that show, American Gladiators, but they had a gladiator in that show. They had Ice from American Gladiators. I loved Ice's American Gladiators, by the way. Woo, Ice. Ooh. But anyway, they had a lot of celebrities in that show, so kudos to them. And it set a lot of good prequel, and set the cement for all the shows you see now on DC, at least live anyway. And the animated stuff, Superman animated series, Batman animated series, set the prequel for Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. So kudos to them. Um, you really can't complain about Superman or Batman either Unlimited series. I don't know how anybody can complain about either one of them. I really don't.
Yeah.
I
And
really don't.
and I've also been watching one of my favorite anime movies growing up was Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. That was my first time ever being introduced to Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yep.
And like I loved him so much. And you may not know this, Justice League, well, actually I think like 3 or 4 episodes of Justice League where they had Static Shock in Justice League. The animated series had Static Shock on there.
See, I didn't notice that. And you did. You noticed that, but I didn't.
Yeah, it was like back in season 2. Yeah.
What season was it again?
It was like season 2. He had like 2 episodes in season 2, and then in season 3 they showed her older Static. But like he said, I can still kick some butt even though I'm older.
I remember now. I remember now.
It was like during Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I remember now. That's when when they brought the Chronos suit into those 2 episodes. I remember that now. It was a 2-parter.
Yeah.
I remember now. Okay. They did.
Yeah.
They did. He was grown at the time, but yeah, they did. See, because I remember a reference where he said 60 was the new 30. And does anybody else have anything else they wanted to go over before we move on? Anything else? Anything else from you, Isabella? The last thing I want to talk about was the Birds of Prey movie, which has a release date of February 7th, 2020. We got a couple of new castings as Huntress and Black Canary. We have those castings. I don't know if any of you have been watching Birds of Prey on the DC app. I remember watching it live when it first debuted on network TV. Is anybody excited to see Birds of Prey?
Yeah, I've never seen the
Isabella just said, I don't know.
I've never seen the show, but I remember that it was on. I know it was on CWC.
Yeah, it was on CE2. Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was a decent show. It's on DC. It's on DC Universe. So definitely check it out. I think you'd be happy. I think you'll like it. I think you guys would like it if you check it out. That's one good thing about DC Universe app. If you miss anything within that time frame, they even have the 1974 Wonder Woman series, I think. The Wonder Woman series that wasn't Linda Carter.
Yeah, Linda Carter, and then they got they made a movie that didn't have Linda Carter in it.
Yeah,
and then they also have the old Superman serials, and then they have kind of it's called Adventures of Superboy.
Yep, I remember that show.
That on there.
Yep.
And they have a show called Human Target. If you watch Arrow, you know Human Target.
Okay. All right,
so,
guys.
Yeah, what I want to see on the DC Universe is Adam West Batman. I want to see him on there.
You want to see those old shows?
You can go on. Yeah.
I want to see those old shows, but I want to see those old shows for a different reason. I want to see those old shows. She's passed away as well as Adam West, but Yvonne Craig's Batgirl. I
Yeah.
always liked how she portrayed that character. I would love to see that
Yeah.
back. I think she did a better job at it back then than Alicia Silverstone did in recent times. um, but definitely, I wouldn't mind seeing those old episodes myself. All right, Andrew, real quick, plug the email address where people can get in contact with us.
Our email is
Yes.
dchubpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay. DC Hub podcast at gmail.com. Gotcha. Guys, remember that. We're going to be going over your
Yeah.
emails and things like that. This is going to be a rotating show between Saturdays and Sundays. Main reason is I have my kids every other weekend, and I don't want you guys to hear them talking and see them bouncing off my walls. So next week we'll probably hit you on Sunday around this same time. So if you want to join us, please do. Andrew will give out the link as always. You guys can definitely join us. If there's nothing else, Isabella, thank you. Andrew, thank you for joining me. And I will see all of you again right here on the DC Hub podcast next week. Take care, everyone.